Further, Swamiji says, it is, however, certain that whatever action you do, you will get involved in some sort of stigma, flaw, or defeat, howsoever small. This is must. Let me give you an example. There is a mother. She has got two children. One is sucking her breast at a particular time, and the other also wants to sleep in her lap at that very moment. The mother will naturally resist this, as the other child is sucking her breast. Now, the one who is removed will cry and is bound to give some mental anguish. This is also sin. The important thing to remember about Sagun Upasana is that it will continue to remain tarnished with sin. So Lord Krishna says, if a devotee surrenders his actions to him, he will incur no sin. Now suppose you have an aptitude to render some service to the people. Two patients come to you for treatment and one of them is your relative. Perchance, you have got only one pill in hand. Perchance, you have got only one pill in hand. I am just giving you these small and common examples to bring the point home to you. Both patients suffer from the same ailment, and you might honestly feel that your relative is not that seriously ill as the other person and can wait for an hour when you will arrange another pill. Then you will naturally decide to give the one pill in your hand to the stranger. But if you are overpowered by the attachment for your relative, then despite the fact that he could easily wait for an hour, you will prefer to give the pill to your relative. And if you give the pill to the other person, your relative will feel hurt and say, this means you have no love for me, although I am your relation. You must have experienced similar things in the daily domestic clashes at home. If you show little more sympathy to the third person than your own relation, the latter will get annoyed. So, somehow or the other, you are involved in sin. But if you surrender the results to the Lord, you will incur no sin. So, genuine samarpan in fact means that you have given up the I and mine in every act that you perform. May I tell you a story from my own life? Swamiji is saying, may I tell you a story from my own life? I have committed the sin of hurting the feelings of my brothers and have surrendered the act to Lord Krishna. When I was engaged in the freedom struggle and there was some task before me, my brothers were at peace. My father had himself entrusted me to Gandhiji. But when freedom was achieved, my brothers wanted to call me back. They would say, no one will look after you. Only relatives, who are your own, will be of some help to you. You are running about from door to door in the task of Bhudan Yajna, sometime here and sometimes there. Even previously, my job was of similar nature, running about from place to place. They came to me, wept, entreated, and felt deeply hurt. They had great regard for me, feelings that when I had given up everything in the cause of the country's freedom, it became their moral duty to help me in every respect. One of my brothers was a judge, another was a deputy engineer. They studied to the extent they wanted. I am not aware of their present position and whereabouts. They thought that the society, being very selfish, will not care for me, and there will be none even to offer me a glass of water. Thinking that I will be in miserable plight, they very much wanted that I should live at home. I gave them the following reply: the sentiments that you have expressed for me are indeed valuable. I have lived the life of a beggar, and I am unable to offer you even a pie. Still, you have so much regard for me. I value your sentiments. All relations will welcome a person who possesses some property, for a part thereof will pass on to them. Knowing fully well that I am an absolute beggar with no bank balance and have no children, you are still calling me home. That itself is a great honor and good luck for me. You say I am of value. One who does not earn anything and is not in position to offer anything is worthless in the eyes of the world. Other relations might consider me useless. But you, my brothers, do not think that way. Still, I submit that one who has been offered at the Lord's feet will not return, come what may. Still, I submit that one who has been offered at the Lord's feet will not return, come what may. In absolute surrender, there is no such condition that if I work, only then such and such a person will look after me and serve me. God can bring about such circumstances that I may pass away when there is not a single person by my side. I do not worry about it at all. If God wants to save me, then if even those who are usually close to me will not be available at that time, some unknown person might surprisingly appear ready to serve me. God's will works in such a mysterious manner. I am not saying this in a hypothetical manner. You are aware that when I had accidentally slipped here and fallen, and none of you was aware about the accident, then who came to my rescue? It so happened that some life insurance company people who were not even known to me just dropped in at that time as they wanted me to address a satsang they were to hold. They just came to invite me. They found that I was writhing in pain and took upon themselves the job of serving me. Those who were considered close to me could not come to my rescue. He who has faith as solid and strong as rock that God alone is worth pursuing and all else is worthless does not bother about the ups and downs in life. He who has faith as solid and strong as rock that God alone is worth pursuing and all else is worthless does not bother about the ups and downs in life. So I told my brothers, while I value your sentiments, you should value my sentiments too. You should appreciate that our father had thrown a coin in the Ganges. Would you like to recover this coin, which should not be done even in adversity, especially now when you are well off? Suppose somebody has made a pilgrimage to Kashi 10 times and each time thrown a 4 anna or 8 anna coin in the Ganges as offering. Now his days have adversely changed and he is in difficulty. Will it be proper for him to try to recover that money in days of adversity? Will that be considered as total and unconditional surrender? No, what is once offered is offered forever. I bluntly said to my brothers, why should you consider me as alive at all? Since you consider me as alive, so you worry about me. One who has already been offered is dead. You should not expect anything from him. I further annoyed them by adding, I will not even correspond with you now. as I have no attachment left for you. Nowadays I do not know that my brothers do. I do not know what my brothers do and how old their children are. I know nothing about them. We were 4 brothers. Maybe 2 are alive, and the remaining two may no longer be in this world. Why? Because I am no longer worried about births and deaths. God has given me such a wonderful bath that I am no longer required to take bath again and again on births and deaths. This is called sannyas, complete surrender. So Lord Krishna says, if one having performed all actions take a clean bath like the aforesaid sannyasi and remains equally balanced in sorrow and happiness, he is a top devotee and is dear to me. Thank you. Continue tomorrow.